Hey guys, Stay Patient here, and it's Wednesday, which means it's time to fly through the PlayStation Store update for North America and see if we can find any trophy-related highlights amongst the sales. Now the first one here is the 2-for-1 sale. I'm going to start off by saying that although there are some easy platinums amongst this sale, if it will load, they are very expensive still, so they've basically whacked all these prices up to the highest price possible, and then they're offering them as buy one get one free. So these prices aren't really that attractive, guys. I wouldn't go nuts on this sale. If there are some games that you've been really wanting to purchase, then they might be worth picking up, but I would assume that all these games will drop in price during a future sale and be less than $10 each. We are going to fly through and point out some highlights though, in case you do plan on spending some money here. Firewatch doesn't have a platinum, but it's a fairly enjoyable walking simulator style game with a nice easy trophy set, only takes a couple of hours or so. The Bunker is one of the quickest and easiest platinums on PS4 that we've spoken about plenty of times in the past, so we don't really need to cover that, but it's quite an interesting story as well. Duke Nukem is another one of the easiest platinums on PS4. It can be done in about an hour, maybe two. It's possible to finish it in 30 minutes actually, so it's potentially one of the fastest plats on PS4 as well, up there with My Name is Mayo and Nublar, but that's only if you really know what you're doing going in. Oxenfree is an easy 100%. Primal Carnage is actually one of the games I bought during one of the European sales recently. I bought it off the back of some very limited feedback from the community, so I'm not really sure if it is as easy as I was hoping it would be, but if I get a chance to play it I will let you know. Gone Home is a nice quick easy 100% but no platinum again. And we've got Volume, that does have a platinum, that takes about 6 hours, it's a bit glitchy, but it is nice and easy and it's quite fun as well, it's a nice concept. We've got Colat, which is an easy 100% if I remember correctly, but it's quite slow moving. Let's see here, we've got Deponia. This is one of the easier plats as well, one of the point and click adventures, takes about 5 hours, it looks really fun as well. And that's pretty much everything we're going to point out here, guys, so let's head back to the main screen and we're going to go to the weekly deals here. Now we've got the Batman sale, but all that stuff is included amongst these deals, you know, all the deals combined. So we're going to scan through. Now, a lot of you guys from North America often complain that your sales aren't as good as European ones, and I'm inclined to agree with you. You know, based on the last few weeks when I've been reviewing them, this sale especially isn't great. So I apologise for that, it's not my fault, but I'm sorry anyway that I can't bring you better news. But we're going to scan through and point out some key games. There are a few on here that are worth picking up. Obviously, we've got Batman Arkham Knight here. You can buy it separately, so you can buy the game for $10 and the season pass for $10. But this premium edition, this includes the game with all the DLC, so the season pass is thrown in. And this is only $18. This is actually quite a good price because there's a lot of content there. It's a great game. The platinum itself is easier than Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So, you know, it's definitely a nice straightforward platinum. I mean, obviously it requires some skill, but it's easier than the previous ones. And none of the challenges prove to be particularly difficult, so you should be able to make your way through it if you do enjoy the Batman games and you like the open world style. Most of the DLC is nice and easy as well, apart from one of them. So there's one DLC pack that's very, very difficult. It's the Community Challenge pack, and it's something that you'll need a decent level of skill to be able to get past, because it's deliberately designed as a challenge for hardcore Batman players. Now we have a collection of games here, none of which have platinums, and there are multiple collections like this on this sale. Basically, they've grouped all 6 together, but you can also buy combinations of 3 or 2. Feels like half the listings in this sale are related to these games in some way or other. But basically, 3 of these are easy, 3 are hard. So Cuba is very difficult, but it does have 3 stacking trophy sets, and you get all 3 of them by buying this collection. So you're not really only getting 6 games, you're getting some of these games on multiple consoles, and some of them do have stacking trophies. But like I say, it's very difficult. So is the Electronic Superjoy, that's another tough one. You do get the DLC with it, but there's no trophies related to the DLC. Whispering Willows is nice and easy, and it does have 2 stacking trophy sets. Again, no platinums, guys, but that's pretty straightforward, only takes a few hours. The same with Back to Bed, but this doesn't stack, so this is just one shared trophy list. Velocibox is the other difficult one, doesn't stack either. And Flustercluck is nice and easy. So basically you've got Whispering Willows with 2 stacking lists, Back to Bed, and Flustercluck. So you've potentially got access to 4 easy trophy sets here if you have a PS Vita as well, because you can double up on Whispering Willows. So if you combined all 4 of those together, it would result in a similar amount of points as a full platinum. You're not going to get to platinum, obviously, but 4 300-point games make 1,200 points, and that's the equivalent of a plat. So it's up to you. It might be a worthwhile purchase. Obviously, you get another 20% off this $21. I wouldn't jump on it if I was you, because you've got the hard games taking up space there. That's part of what you're paying for. And at the same time, although each one is fairly quick on its own, if you combine all four together to get a decent amount of PSN points, it's going to take you quite a while in total. So let's head back and carry on with the list here. Here we go. So Dragon's Crown is a long but not too difficult, in fact fairly straightforward RPG for the PS3. It's not a PS4 game, bear that in mind. We've got a bunch of Batman stuff, Origins, Blackgate. Game of Thrones here. This isn't the Telltale game. This is an RPG on PS3. Takes, I think, somewhere between 20 and 30 hours, but it's pretty straightforward from what I read in the feedback. Okay, so page number 2 here. We've got a bunch of Lego Batman 3 stuff. So we've got the game on Vita for only $6. That's quite a good buy. PS3 and PS4, $6 each. So you can stack all these platinums if you like. I'm pretty sure all the Lego games stack when you buy them on multiple consoles. And later on, because these have DLC, or at least it does on PS4 and I think PS3, the season pass is on offer as well. In fact, the season pass is something like $7. We'll see it in a moment. It actually costs more than the game itself, so that's a bit crazy. But we'll get there in a second. Need for Speed Most Wanted is quite fun. This is a lot to pay for it because it's an older game. But as Vita games go, this is actually really enjoyable. I think it's one of the better ones, from all the AAA franchises. This is one of the ones that is a bit more accomplished. It's not too difficult. There is one event that I struggled a little bit with. I kind of had to redo it a bunch of times. One of the Bugatti Veyron events. It's quite difficult with the small analog sticks on the Vita because you don't have quite as much precision when it comes to steering. So I found that a bit tricky. It's not a super easy plat, but it's not too difficult either. Down here we have the Lego Batman DLC that I was on about, the Season Pass, £7 or $7.50 on PS3 and separately on PS4 as well. So if you're buying that along with the game itself, what's that? $13.50? So yeah, you may want to pick it up if you're a big Lego game fan, but that's really up to you. Let's keep going here. We got Trine 2, I mentioned this last week as part of the European sale. This is only $3 and it's one of the easiest platinums on PS3, one of the quickest ones as well. It literally only takes a few hours. You don't have to complete the game. It's just a few miscellaneous trophies basically, and you can earn all of them by pretty much the midway point through the game. Dead easy, dead quick. I definitely recommend picking it up if you still have a PS3. Here we do have a double pack for the games we were speaking about earlier, and this is two of the easier ones. Whispering Willows is the one that stacks, and Flustercluck is easy as well, so you could just buy this one. I mean, $10 is a lot to spend on these two games, to be honest. You might get it a bit cheaper. You get another 15% off with PS Plus, but it saves you a bit of money, saves you spending out on those other games that you might not end up playing. What else have we got here? Let's skip on to page 3. This is actually the final page we're going to look at. There are 8 pages in total, but most of the rest of the stuff is themes and little bits of DLC and stuff like that. PSP minis and all that type of stuff that doesn't have trophies. So what have we got here? Wing Kings is an odd one. I'm waiting for more people to play it to see if there's any feedback on it. It looks easy, but there's only a small handful that have ever played it, and it's been out for several months. You could try it out. I think it is going to be a straightforward one. I just can't say for sure. It does have a plat though. Daydreamer is an easy 100%. I think it takes a little bit longer than some of the other ones we were looking at. What else is here? We've got Enigmatis. This is one of the key titles in the list along with The Bunker and Duke Nukem, because this is, another super easy plat. It takes a few hours. This is the most recent, or at least one of the most recent releases from Artifacts Monday, who do all the kind of hidden item games, a bit like Clockwork Tales, Of Glass and Ink, stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely a worthwhile purchase. $8. Is it any cheaper if you're on PS Plus? Hopefully, because that seems, another 10% off. So it's going to be what's that, $7.20. I have to try and convert it in my head to my own currency to see if it's worthwhile, but I know pricing works differently in each country, so it's difficult for me to sort of recommend games based on the price, but I can recommend that based on the trophies. Let's keep going here. RIPD, no platinum, and it's quite long, but it is straightforward, but it's only a PS3 game. I mean, I'm really sort of grasping at straws here because there's not a lot to talk about. That's basically it, guys. I've looked through all the other pages. Like I say, it's all themes and things like that, so not a great sale, but there are some standout games. You've got Enigmatis, you've got Duke Nukem, and you've got The Bunker. So if there are any of those games that you haven't bought yet, then take a look. I have got a guide on my channel for The Bunker, so check that out if you do end up playing it. But thanks for watching, guys. I apologise that this isn't a better sale. Hopefully next week will prove more beneficial. I'll be putting up the European sale video tomorrow, so fingers crossed that will be a bit better. Hopefully those of you in the US who also have a European account will be able to pick up some games from there if the sale does prove to be a bit more beneficial. So thanks again, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Cheers.